I grew up in the Bay Area. I was a theater kid. All I wanted was to live in New York City. And so I worked really hard and wound up at NYU and did drama and like not a lick of comedy. It was so serious, always Chekhov and Misery. I wore all black. I just like abandoned all the sunny California tendencies that I have.
That seems off brand for you. I mean, again, just seeing what you do now, it's hard for me to imagine you being that person.
In all black. We had to wear all black. That was a requirement, weirdly. I don't know if they still do that, but it was called like stage blacks. So you're like neutral and can play any characters. But yeah, it was humorless. I did love it.
So was that part of the plan? Like, I want to be a serious actor. Yeah. This is the deal.
Yeah, I wanted to be Natalie Portman. I had a pixie cut and everything. I was like, that's what I'm going to do. And then I think my personality, it just wasn't clicking when I graduated. And so I moved to LA and I discovered the Groundlings because I wanted to do theater and I didn't really know how. And I was like, oh, well, this is like sketch comedy. And I really did it to make friends. Like my dad did improv when I was a kid in San Francisco, and he kind of encouraged me to take improv to meet friends. And my mom was like, maybe you'll find a boyfriend, which is weird. But I did. Me and my boyfriend of like 7 years met at the Groundlings. And now he works with me at SNL. So it's kind of been a big full circle. But yeah, the Groundlings was where I kind of realized you could play big emotions and be dramatic, but in a funny way. And then things started to click.
Did it surprise you that you found this more comedic, lighthearted, funny thing in yourself? Were you always that person and it just, people didn't know it?
Yeah, I think so. I always had really funny friends, but I don't think I had loads of examples of women in comedy. I think that has really exploded in like the last 10 to 15 years. Like I remember when I was in college, after I graduated, Bridesmaids came out and I was like, whoa, I didn't know we could do that. I thought it was just The Hangover, and it sort of blew my mind. And then they sort of really opened the door for a lot of us.
So it wasn't like your childhood ambition was to be on Saturday Night Live then? That was not your thing?
No, but then looking back, I'm sure it was. I watched SNL as a kid. I have a VHS video of me as a toddler watching like SNL in like 1989 or something. And I was obsessed with the coneheads and I loved all of that. I just think, it's interesting because I talk about this with other people at work on the show. None of us thought we would be on SNL because I think it's such a rare gig. Yeah. And I think all of us maybe we're all humble, even though I don't think we are. But you have to be pretty delusional to be like, I'm going to be on SNL. And very few of us ever thought that, which I think is kind of cool.